Have you ever played a level and thought, man, I really like this one, but if only it was 23 times as long? If so, wait, shit, I never expected someone to say yes. Well, in that case, I've got a short-lived 5-year-old trend for you. 2.0, what a time to be a Geometry Dash player. Ever before or since, the community has seen such a consistent stream of unplayable garbage. But that wasn't the only thing that happened in 2016, far from it. Now the discovery that people made around this time is that really boring levels suddenly become less boring when they last 6 times as long. Levels in this game tend to not last longer than 90 seconds or so. That's because most creators don't enjoy creating levels longer than they have to. When many people want to hit that long length, that's more than enough of them. Making gameplay takes 3 hours and decorating it takes 300, many people just don't have enough hours in the day to go beyond that. Even the creators that do generally hit the 2-minute mark and give up. Well, besides this one level, but if you look inside, yeah. But in 2.0, these extra long levels started popping up more and more, so much more that they changed XL from meaning 90 seconds to 120. But why the hell would anyone bother to try going past that? 5 million downloads, that's why. Holding the contentious title of most overrated creator of all time, Funny Game was the perfect candidate to break the 6-minute mark out of nowhere and make the first ever double XL length level. And out of all the levels in this game, this sure was one of them. Coming in at a sweltering 359 seconds, Lonely Travel broke all records to claim the title of the most boring level ever made. Generally, most levels don't allow their parts to be any longer than 10 to 15 seconds or so, because if you go any further than that, everyone's going to be sleeping on your boring ass. Lonely Travel evades that problem with expertise by ignoring that rule completely and every part being 30 seconds long. Being long as shit isn't its only quality though, it's also atmospheric. Ooh. Well, at least I think it is. Well, if you think about it for a second, atmosphere actually means fuck all. It just means mood, and that word doesn't have much weight behind it as it is. Atmospheric isn't how I describe this. I reckon carried by the song is a better fit. Have you ever tried playing this level without sound? It's like a dentist office in the form of a Geometry Dash level. It's no coincidence that 80% of the level is just grey. I don't know if I'm the first person to ever notice this, but there's like a full minute of parts just fading in and out. Oh, I wonder what comes next. Ah, silly me, should have known that there was a spike inside that big black void. My mistake. Oh, now I'm seeing why everyone loves this level so much, just look at those intricate block designs. If there's ever been a definitive statement about this level, is that it definitely feels like the longest level in the game. To be perfectly honest, this level's alright. Lonely Travel's a fine idea for a level, but this game is barely old enough to stop teething at this point. No one looking back on this level today is gonna shit themselves in excitement over the thing. I would have said let's wait another year before someone else steps up to the challenge to make another 359 second level, but realistically, Geometry Dash creators would do anything for 5 million downloads. Anything. Barely a month after Lonely Travel's release, Sapunj got bored of chilling on his mountain of creator points and released Dem Travel. A level you only remember because I just brought it up. To be fair, I think this is actually an improvement on Lonely Travel, mostly because there's more than 2 colours on the screen at a time. But a huge weakness it has on Lonely Travel is that there's no theme. The whole point of Lonely Travel is that you're going somewhere. Well, slowly crawling somewhere, but there is in fact a destination you're going to. That destination being that tiny spike which people die on purposely for internet points. This time there's a robot part which people die on purposely for internet points. Lonely Travel is mostly just one consistent stream of slow, and it doesn't really have any points that jump out as being interesting besides this thing. Dem Travel's got this extremely stressful wave at the end which I bet at least someone quit the game over. Unlike the last one, it's an effects level. An incredibly out of date and eye-straining effects level to be specific. This level certainly looks like it's 5.5 years old. Pretty much all the effects level can be boiled down to moving shit around, until Sapunj cuts to the next one after a full minute of it loitering there in place. Well, at least it's got some sick drops. We'll get this soon. This effect looks really cool. I'm glad it stays on screen for a full minute. Wait, Bouncy Travel? That's a way better name. Why is it even called Dem Travel? Sure. Alright, what's next? That'll do. Coming in at a conservative 342 seconds is Melodic Travel by this dude who is a good creator with a shit name. I could smell my own kind from a mile off. Speaking of misleading names, the only thing in this level that's even related to music is this part at the end. A part that barely spans 5% of the level. It's not even the final destination, it's just this weird cave thing. Most of this level is actually really dark. Most of the time you're venturing through radioactive facilities, bone-covered caves, pitch black dark forests, and bloodied factories. I'm assuming it was called Melodic Travel because if it was called 6 minutes of grinding cunts into a meat cylinder, Robtop wouldn't approve of it as much. But that wouldn't really fit either because there's multiple parts where you're dodging badly made boss fights in the circle with the glob on it that calls itself a planet. Real smooth rotation, dude. Seems like there's almost 5 FPS you're pulling off there. Alright, I'm going up and down. Got it. The sign lied to me. Oh, sorry, I guess I didn't see that giant fucking wall that's the same color as the background. I'll make sure I'll predict the future next time. Oh, silly me, I should have predicted that this tree specifically would have fallen down and killed me. Well, can't wait to get back there in 20 hours. Alright, this part's lagging a bit, better turn on the low detail mode. Holy shit. Take a guess what follows this part. The ocean. Oh man, remember when 93 hours was a lot? Me neither. I bet this level would have actually been really good if he actually knew what the fuck he was trying to do, but this dickhead can't pick what style to go with for more than 10 seconds at a time. Public service announcement, never fucking do this. Stop putting these walls in your level. Not only do they look shit, it just makes it so you can only see 2 centimeters of the screen at a time. Just when I wanted 4.5 minutes into a level. How about we make them even closer together? How about I block this screen completely? Is this what you want? Is the level more fun now? Alright, next one. Neverending Travel is a disappointment in every aspect, and I'm suing Darwin to get my 6 minutes back. You like this black screen? I fucking hope so, because there's almost 2 full minutes of it. You see this progress bar here? Every single moment with that number going up is a moment better being spent waterboarded. These effects look alright, but I've seen all of them at other levels before. The spider part is kind of fun for about 3 seconds until you realize how choppy the effects are. What's most disappointing is that this level would have actually been decent if it was 60 seconds instead of 340. These effects look kind of cool in a vacuum. The only problem is you'll be confronted with them for such an uncomfortably long amount of time that you'll legally become a vegetable from brain erosion. This is a man who's experiencing true sensory deprivation. To this day, this is the 3rd most boring level I've ever played, and it gets the first official terrible rating on this channel. And I've played well over 10,000 levels. Enjoy your prize, Darwin. Looking forward to see you in court. Dank Travle by Bad Creator is an inexplicable slice of dated nothing that my mind is not yet big enough to comprehend. I'm 100% confident that I can date the exact second that this 420-second multimedia experience was conceived. That date of course being 13th September 2017, and boy can you tell. This is one of those levels that just shove memes in your face and expect you to shit yourself over their comedic genius. I gotta admit, this is the first level I've seen that's simultaneously under-decorated and also cuts my FPS in half. You can tell that these memes died halfway through making the level. Matter of fact, you can probably pinpoint the exact moment where you realized it. See, right here. That's Roy going, oh fuck, these memes have been dead for 6 months. But at that point, he already made the giant Ugandan knuckles, so he just left it in. Pause this right here. This is why every single famous creator has their messages off. I rate him for pointing out where all the invisible spikes are. Knowing this fucking level, I'm surprised it wasn't a 40-second straight fire challenge, so I appreciate his generosity. For all you who haven't played this one yet, you may be surprised that this level has a story. On the way out of all the travel levels, this one was the one with a story, but we can't change the past. Alright, this is a story all about how these 2 dudes are having a chat and he asks them to die, and this guy is Spanish. Wait, shit, gotta put the riveting story on hold to get to the next cutscene. Alright, so we're back in it. So they're best mates. Oh, and now he's evil. You can tell because his skin turned red. And now he's an evil hacker man and he's after Robtop. And these 2 are his slaves now, and all of a sudden Roy's gay. And this dude is apparently after the Creator Points Discord server. These 2 jitter around in agreement. Oh, hang on a sec, gotta get through these bits real quick. So these 2 heroes bomb the CP server and presumably give Shane a big kick in the dick as they do it. At this point, Roy couldn't be fucked to continue the story, and there's no ending and we're supposed to be dead. Ah shit, not again. To be honest, I'd rather watch that again instead of another Cube story. At least Guitar enjoyed it. Well, what's next? Fun fact, you know this one. Measuring in a very brief 374 seconds, Dark Travel breaks new ground by being made by someone who knows what the fuck they're doing. Playing this level feels like whiplash after being the last 2. Right away, you can see the first thing that Jonathan does right. Look at this. Beautiful. Take notes, Go creators. Also, this is the first level that actually needed to be 50 light years long. Like, most people can get the point of Lonely Travel in about 30 seconds or so, and Neverending Travel is more enjoyable in PowerPoint form. This level is an entirely 0.5 speed for once. It feels nice to move faster than a stalagmite once in a while, you know? Another thing it gets right there, most of these parts actually make sense. For the most part, they transition cleanly into each other well, and it's clear that he put a lot of thought into this level. There aren't that many parts that obviously sucks besides this one with the goddamn walls again. This part aged horribly, and any level that uses puzzle pieces of rainbow blocks immediately becomes stained, and Jonathan should have just scrapped this part before it got in. There are a couple of useless parts though, like I have no clue why these are here. He probably just got sick of working on this thing for 20 million hours. I don't blame him because, Jesus Christ. The big problem with this is that it's well over 4 years old now, and no one can escape that early 2.0 branding no matter how hard you try. And there are a lot of parts that have aged poorly. No matter how many times I play this level, these glitch effects will always look dumb. The ending is also 9 hours long, which is probably one of the biggest advantages of these levels lasting ages. You can't really have a gradual fade out with a regular 80-second romp, because compared to these travel levels, 1 second you're smacking your head against one gay-ass spike forever, and before you know it, you've done it. These levels let you soak in your victory though. If you ever completed one of these things, you would know that when you're 6 minutes in, you feel like you've just won lotto. It's like, yeah, I've won. I'm the best player that's ever lived, baby. I'm about to conquer this motherfucking mountain of a level. Nothing can possibly stop me. And I know what you're all thinking. Didn't this get a remake like 10 seconds ago that's better in every way? And to that I say, well, you see. This one says travel on it, and this one doesn't. And if it don't got that keyword in there, it means it ain't on the damn list. I don't really want to talk about 50 boring minigames, you know? I know you've all got a full-on chub going, waiting for my opinions on Boogie, but just to pop your suspense bubble, you aren't gonna hear it. Well, at least Guitar enjoyed it. Alright, time for another one. Weighing in at 393 seconds, Deep Travel is proof that God wants us all to stare at clocks. Also, this level is very good, and I want to give Blue Light a big old sloppy kiss. And if you're wondering why it's called Deep Travel, don't worry, because you'll never find out. But look at that everyone, a travel level that actually feels like it's going somewhere. Savor the moment while you still can. These parts actually go into each other fluidly for once. Well, sorta. They dedicate about 2 minutes to destroying your year 9 physics classroom and take about only 4 frames to cut to the next scene. Even through all that build up just to drop me off next to the temple of the monkey god. I did have to mention that this is my favorite use of musical accompaniment out of all of them. Like, what about this part of Skybound in particular makes the punch want to put badly made Tesla-induced lightning in the air? I need to know the true inspiration behind Uganda Knuckles. But this makes sense. I can understand why I thought that this specific part of this song in particular reminded him of a cryogenic facility self-destructing. Well, maybe not, but it's what fit the song the best, I think. Dank Travle did this too, but take a peek at that. That's what we call lame as balls. Easily the best part of this is the midsection. Watching this entire thing play out is like watching the fall of the Roman Empire, but instead of invasions and shit, it's like the Mayans turned into Balloon Tower Defense 5 and then hid in a cave. Also, it's good to see continuity in these parts. The fucking cryo lab and factory part come together for about 10 seconds before immediately imploding. Similar to that, the jungle and cave parts come together to make, well, a cave with a few bricks in it, but at least he gave it a go. Although later on, there's one super dated part that got the fucking puzzle pieces in it again. These block designs here aren't looking too good. One small issue with this level. This part's slow and shit because it's the end of a travel level and they all end like that. But the problem is that he made the final part look exactly like the first one. So instead of feeling like you've gone on a crazy expedition, you just ended up in the same place you've started and made literally no progress at all. And all you've gained from it is being stuck in a lag loop in practice mode. Yummy thorn bushes. Arriving at the brief length of 450 fucking seconds, Dem Travel is a level that exists. It's like 9 hours long, and by the time you finish it, you've aged by 17 decades. Whether or not you like this, it really begins or ends whether or not you stop playing the moment you reach 75%. Because, well, I'll get to it. But once you've got your warm cup of Milo ready, your lights dimmed, and your low detail mode on, this level is going to be a gay old time for anyone who tries this. This level does some bullshit though. Sometimes you're just chugging along through the cave of hairy shapes, and the next second you're at the duel part again with 3 seconds left to live. By the way, why are the shapes hairy? I'm speaking for everyone here when I asked nicely if we could get some answers on that one. Oh, nice background. Wait, shit, am I supposed to be a supply drop? Alright, here we go. Oh, I think I made it crash. Alright, attempt 2. Fuck. Seriously though, why are they hairy? You know, this part really speaks to me because of all the range and colours. Wait, what the fuck is a spare? Wait, shit, is this a collab? Alright, not quite. You have escaped my wrath for now. In the wise words of Rubux33, VCES Tic-Toe Car. So, take that, bitch. Wait, shit, why is Guitar here? Oh yeah, that makes sense. Alright, wait a minute, this dude doesn't escape my wrath after all. Better take a deep breath for this one. whoever put this boss fight here can suck my dick. Actually, whoever invented the concept of the boss fight can suck my dick. Who was the fucking genius who thought, where should I chuck the big robot bitch? And plot it down to just the right spot to take over the entire right side of the screen. And if you've been paying a little attention, you may have noticed that that's where the shit that's flying in your face is coming from. Who did this? Who made this a thing? Oh yeah, fuck, it's that guy. Shit. Marathon. It's not a traveler, but I just really wanted to bitch about this. I don't like this one very much. It makes me unhappy when I play it. No good, very bad level. Oh yeah, Autumn Travel, a level that I will not be discussing today, as Jam Attack unironically says XD, meaning he'll be disqualified from this video and is now in my dungeon. Also, I'm not even going to mention these because you all forgot about them entirely until I put them all on screen. And I also can't be fucked to make this video even longer than it already is. Right, moving on. Coming in at Hypnotic Travel by Prison never fucking ends. The amount of times I thought I was nearing the end of this thing only to look up and see 45% on the progress bar is uncountable. We've officially reached a point where a level is so long that it's actually a huge burden on itself. Quick question, how do you make a level that's 556 seconds long and also never repeat a single color palette, decoration idea, block design, or theme? The answer is you fucking don't, because if you did you would have to work on the level for like 100 decades. So for that reason, I'll give this level a bit of leeway in that aspect. But come on man, 2 identical parts after the other? That's just a red card. A lot of this level is dark, physically. This level actually has a pretty hopeful aura around it, and that aura doesn't only affect the level itself. If you've ever played this level, then you may have noticed how the first and second half differ in terms of time. When trekking through this mammoth of a level, the first 5 minutes are the longest 5 minutes you'll ever spend in your entire life, but the last 4.5 minutes feel quick compared to the first half despite being only 26 seconds shorter, and before you know it, it's over. Much like other travel levels, the second half is much better than the first, since generally creators never tend to make more than one of these levels because, well, they're fucking mammoth projects, and by the time you're 300 hours in, you begin to really get accustomed to the level and know what it needs to succeed, and most importantly, adding a speed that isn't 0.5, Jesus Christ, they finally did it! Yeah, we're only 8 minutes in, but we've finally got the triple speed. It's admittedly for a really short time, but I'll take it. It's so great to not travel with the speed and grace of a sickly, crippled snail. Oh my bad, I guess I should have seen that completely off-screen jump coming. Oh yeah, hit the black orb. I see what you're saying now, that thing's almost completely fully exposed. Don't let this part fool you, those are just quirky saw blades that are only here because he ran out of ideas. Recognize this part? Bet you do. This one's actually linked to Deep Travel. If this looks way worse compared to that, that's because Deep Travel is actually one of those fan-made prequel things that were made for views, but unlike most of them, this one wasn't shit. But the existence of Deep Travel just makes Hypnotic Travel kinda useless, so if this level looks riveting to you, go jump in a sensory deprivation tank or something, cause you're gonna have a gay old time in there. Alright sluts, haven't we had a great time going through the equivalent of 500 regular size levels? And I know what you're all thinking. Isn't there a level that's well over 48 minutes long and is longer than Hypnotic Travel by 2,324 seconds? Guess you're right. I'll invite the ref over to verify that. You see, this one says travel on it, and this one doesn't. And if it don't got that keyword in there, it means it ain't on the damn list. Fake news.